Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about if conditional. Before moving into if conditional, we have to know about some basic things. Class is a group of words that includes a subject and verb. So it classifies into two types. One is independent, another one is dependent. Independent or else called main classes, and dependent or else called subordinate class. So what do you mean by independent class? So independent class, which means it has both subject and verb. It can be stand alone and gives meaning. It gives complete meaning. That is called independent class. For an example, I saw a man who was crying, right? So here I saw a man is an independent class because I saw a man, it has some sense, it has some complete meaning, right? So that is called independent class or main class. So next thing is dependent class. Dependent class or else subordinate class we call it as, right? So what do you mean by independent? Dependent means it is also has some sort of subject and verb in that sentence, but it doesn't have a complete meaning, right? So that is called dependent class. For an example, I saw a man who was crying. Then we are moving into if conditionals. If conditional use possible and imaginary situations, there are four conditions in the usage. They are zero conditionals, first conditionals, second conditionals, and third conditionals. So what does it mean? Zero conditional. So it includes actual or habitual actions, universal and scientific facts. These and all comes under zero conditional. So first conditional, it's also known about the probability, and second conditional is all about the unreal, dreaming concept and imaginary actions. Third conditionals, impossible concept of actions, it included with a time period of a week, month, year. So what are all the rules we have? So first, if you have if plus present tense in the subordinate class means you must use subject plus verb 1 in the main class in zero conditional, right? Second thing is if plus present tense in the subordinate class means you have to use subject plus will plus verb 1. This is in the first conditional. So second conditional, if plus past tense in subordinate class means you have to use subject plus would plus verb 1, right? In the third conditional, if plus past perfect in subordinate class means you have to use subject plus would have plus v3 in the main class. So some sort of modal verbs also we can use. So what are the modal verbs are there? Can, could, will, shall, must, should, may, might, etc. So if conditionals, we can use some of the modal verbs. So here zero conditionals with example, rules with example. If plus simple present equal to simple present. If you want to use simple present means that's also the same simple present in the main class. So for an example, if you heat ice, this is a scientific truth. If you heat ice means it melts, right? So here the simple present tense in the subordinate class, also in main class. So second example is if you cool water, it becomes ice. If electricity fails, we use an oil lamp. So these are all the some of the truths, some of the facts. So we have to use zero conditionals. Here first conditional, if plus present tense means you have to use subject plus will plus verb 1 in the main class. Instead of will, we can use some of the modal auxiliaries, right? Like may, might, like that. Okay, in example, if I go to Ooty, I will wear woolen clothes. There is a probability, no? So we can use first conditionals. So if you stop smoking, your health will improve. If he plays well, he will become the champion. So here we can see the rules. He plays. Plays is a present tense. So if plus present tense means in main class, subject plus will plus verb 1. So he will and become is the verb 1. So here is the rules. Okay, right? Second conditionals, this is an unreal and dreaming concept. It may not happen, right? So we have to set in second conditional. If I were rich, I would travel around the world if I were rich. So it may happen, right? But if I were a bird, I would fly. So this is a imaginary concept. So these are all some examples for second conditional. If he ran fast, he would get the bus in time. If you had wings, you would fly. So these are all the imaginary actions, and dreaming concept also are there, right? Third conditional, impossible concept of action. If plus past perfect means you have to use subject plus would have plus V3. For an example, if he had studied hard, it's already happened one, right? So it won't again happen, right? So that is in third conditional. If he had studied hard, he would have passed. So if he had studied hard, he would have passed. So this is an impossible concept, already it had happened, right? So some of the imaginary concepts, so we have to use the third conditional. If you had asked me for help, I would have helped you. If we had looked at the map, we wouldn't be lost. So already they have lost their way. So they remember the past, right? So we have to use this third conditional. If it had rained last night, it would not have been so hot today. So these are all the if conditionals, and there are the four conditionals with the rules and examples. I hope you can understand what is mean if conditionals. Thank you so much.